We've done check,
Alright, so
we've done
we're
call.
gonna make sure the scene's safe. Okay, we're checking them. Are you okay? You know, they're breathing funny or they stop breathing. First thing you want to do is you want to check to see if they're breathing.
That often when you turn that person over or you go to check them, you may think that they're breathing. Now, you guys have all watched somebody sleep, right? When they breathe, it's pretty regular and even. One of the things that happens when someone suddenly collapses is they may have this irregular gasping breathing called agonal respirations, or dying breaths. So if you turn them over and they kind of gasp or like they're snoring or you hear a sound, but it's irregular, it pauses, it stops, that's not normal breathing. The other thing they've been finding is very often when people suddenly collapse, they have a short seizure. So you might roll them and go, oh, they're seizing, but they don't start waking up, they're not breathing afterwards. Those are two things really to watch for as indicators.
Okay, it's a very panicky situation. You have to take firm control of the situation. Bruce, call 911. Dale, go get the AED. It's located in the front entryway, okay, in Coppin Memorial Union. Okay.
That's one thing that we look for all the time. I didn't notice one on the way in today.
Kim did.
I did.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah.
And so I didn't pick one up, but that's
Okay.
usually one of the first things.
Now you have to look for it on your way out.
Yeah.
It's your homework.
So, okay, we check them.
Yes.
Okay, Bruce, call 911. Dale, go get the AED. Okay, or go get the defibrillator and see somebody collapse in front of you. You don't have to worry about doing the breaths. Okay, people get grossed out. They're not sure who that person is. They're not sure what germs they have. Don't worry about that. You don't have to worry about the breaths. As Bruce pointed out, there's enough blood in the body already that as long as we keep that circulating, especially to the brain and the lungs and the organs, it'll buy us time to get that defibrillator here. Because now this heart is not pumping, right? That's why they collapse. It's quivering. Okay? It's called ventricular fibrillation. It's the lower ventricle. It's just shaking. It's like putting a car into neutral and just revving it up. You're not going anywhere. It's just not going anywhere. Okay? So as you find the person, you want to get your knees apart. You want to get over the person. Normally, if they have a shirt on or a T-shirt, you want to rip that off as soon as possible. Okay? Okay? Because we're going to need to do that anyway with the AED. If you don't think of that, you just want to get going on the CPR. It also helps you to where you can put your hands. If you take the shirt, if you rip it off, okay, but don't take much time doing it. Just rip it off, cut it, tear it, whatever. Okay. When you come over a victim, you want to take the palm of your hand, okay, locking your elbow, and you want to place it between the center nipples, right in the center of the chest. And so you want to lock your hand, you heel your hand on the center, clasp your fingers together. And then you're going to be pushing at a count of about 100 beats per minute. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. Okay? How many beats per minute? 100. 100. Okay. The other thing you want to do is you want to push down deep enough. Because if you're just touching the chest and you're not really moving any of it, you got to pump that blood through. So you go down 2 to 2.5 inches. Okay? If you 2 to 2.5 inches deep, at least. If you hear any cracking, it's okay, because you know what? You're pushing hard enough. Get that blood flowing through. If you a little bit of cartilage cracks or rib breaks, big deal. That'll heal. Okay, but if you don't push hard enough and fast enough, you're not moving that part. Just 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5
And here,
and
Will.
6 7 and 8 and 9 and 10 11 12 and 13. You keep going, and you know what? You're going to get tired, but you got to keep going. And you're going, where in the world are these people? You know, where's the ambulance? Where's the AED? But you know what? You keep pumping.
And there it gives him the beat. That way you don't have to think about counting, you don't have to think about time.
Stay alive. Stay alive. Okay? Now, if I'm getting exhausted, okay, and the AED's not there, I don't want to stop and say, okay, you got to take a couple minute rest here. No, I'm going to continue to pump and say, Bruce, I'm exhausted, you got to take over.
Go ahead.
2 and 3 and 4. Okay?
And notice, we always talk about it, that you're just using the heel of your hand when you do it. And if I go to do it and I have my hand flat on this person's chest, I'm trying to push their whole chest in. You're trying to push the breastbone in, is basically what I'm doing.
Okay, so at that point, it's basically, and we have different types of AEDs, but they all work about the same. This happens to be a trainer. So the AED is really simple to use. And it's basically, you turn it on, and listen to what it tells you to do.
Apply pads to patient's bare chest.
Apply pads.
Plug in pads connector next to flashing light.
On the pads, they will show you where to place them. Okay?
Apply pad, plug in connector.
Okay. So they have a sticky solution on the pads. This one would go here on the upper left chest, just like the diagram tells me to. This one goes
Apply pad,
on the
plug
right,
in
below
connector.
the nipple, right here. Make sure they're firm, and you plug it in. Listen.
Analyzing heart rhythm.
It's analyzing, seeing if it has a
Do
shock
not
or
touch
rhythm.
the patient.
Okay. Clear. Don't touch the patient.
Shock advised.
Okay. Now it's charging.
Charging. Stay clear of patient.
Clear the patient. Don't touch the patient. You want to make sure everybody's
Deliver shock now. Press the orange button now.
right now.
Shock delivered.
Okay.
Begin
We
CPR.
start CPR again.
Notice you leave the pads on.
Okay. It's giving me an oral signal here. Yeah. An audible signal. As far as how fast can she push. Okay. And it'll do that. It'll continue to tell you to do CPR until it says analyzing patient, stop CPR. And then you just you let the AED do the work.
If you see an adult suddenly collapse, it's important to act fast. Just use hands-only CPR. The first step is to send someone to call 911, or call 911 yourself. Then get directly over the victim. Put the heel of one hand in the center of the chest. Then put your other hand on top of the first. Then push hard and fast in the center of the chest until help arrives. It's important to push at a rate of 100 beats per minute, which is approximately this tempo. Let's hope you never have to use hands-only CPR. But if you see an adult suddenly collapse, don't be afraid to try it. All you need to remember is to call 911, then push hard and fast in the center of the chest until help arrives. Your actions can help save a life. Hands-only CPR should only be used when you see an adult who has suddenly collapsed and is unresponsive. To learn more, call 877-AHA for CPR or visit handsonlycpr.org today.